I kind of feel a resistance from people I talk to in the West, like, what is this Turkey? Like, it's Turkey.
My name is Erkan. I'm an entrepreneur in Turkey. We are building a tech platform that connects companies to community members through communities.
I think what people don't understand about Turkey, though, is they say, oh, there's high inflation. Real estate in good areas, from what I can tell, has kept up and increased in dollar terms. So you buy an apartment for 2 million lira. 3 years later, it's worth 15 million lira. Am I correct that if you buy correctly, you're not going to lose money?
Yeah, true. I think there are some reasons for this. One of the first reasons would be the immigration, that Turkey received lots of immigrants. I don't know, for the last 10 years maybe. But also it's a hub. The Egyptians, Jordanians, Lebanese guys come also to Istanbul, especially in Istanbul, because there are so many uncertainties in the other part of the region, in the Middle East. So where they should go, they want to find a Muslim country, and Istanbul, with the biggest infrastructure leap, it's a good place to be. I think also the earthquake, the changes in the housing, they are demolishing houses, they are building new houses. So usually you don't have that many houses available. There is a shortage of demand. The supply and demand is increasing, the immigrants, the marriages, the population, and also some people are coming back to Turkey when they left for schools, they're coming back. So there are many reasons that it's increased. The business owners who invested in Turkish real estate, and probably now they are thinking to change it because the prices are there, and also the control on the rent increase in Turkey was 25% for the last few years. The rentals are not paying that much. So it's not a good investment in terms of renting out. Yeah. But if you want to stay and keep the property, it's always a good investment, especially in Istanbul.
You know, even in parts of Europe, Uber does not work very well. If you live in North America, Uber, that's what you use. It doesn't work in Europe. I would argue it's here, but it doesn't really work as well here as a B-taxi or something. It's so interesting to watch as Uber or Rocket Internet or so many other companies have so many problems in markets like Turkey. What do you see in terms of local entrepreneurs building the local alternatives? Because I remember in Vietnam, what was the Rocket Internet? Was it Food Panda?
Yeah, I think so.
They got eaten by 3 guys with $5,000 with a food app.
Yeah.
How does that work in Turkey?
I don't know, if that is related to Vietnam, but the countries with really different Oriental cultures inside, and the relationship with in the conventional markets, you may not see it when you come directly. So even myself, when we did the journey in e-commerce, each year we were figuring out another layer of problems to solve because of the interesting structures in the supplying, for example, suppliers industry. So you need to understand who is managing suppliers, who says no, who says yes. If you don't understand that dynamics, generally you are stuck. For example, in Uber case, if you don't understand the taxi problem in Turkey, in Istanbul, and how the taxi plates are given and taken, who's managing what kind of taxi stations, if you don't understand that, that's not easy to manage. So there are a lot of new businesses tackling with the conventional problems coming from the hidden structures in that industry. So in e-commerce, we had difficult times as well. But in Uber case, without Uber, B-taxi is also having a problem because of the structure in taxi. Yeah, sure. But I think in time, people are getting used to 2 things in business models. If you are faster, if you present more quality. So if something is fast and bringing more quality, then that business model wins eventually. But it takes time. I think Uber will find a place at some point, or Uber-like models, but it will not be that easy that when you enter the market.
Is that because people here aren't used to that?
I think because it's coming from these hidden structures of value exchanges between parties. So there are institutions that are holding the taxi plates, and when you want to enter the taxi business, you need to do the contract, you need to go through that procedure. So, and they are powerful because they're managing a lot of thousands of taxis, and those taxis wouldn't allow any new business model that's coming into taking a pie from there.
The yellow taxi.
Exactly. So if you don't understand those dynamics, if you don't have the power to manage the local people, then it would not be easy to disrupt the market, let's say.
Right, so Uber here was not, let's just have you drive around in your car. It was, we're not going to allow that.
Yeah.
We'll just partner up with the yellow taxis, and you can just order a yellow taxi through an app. Is it affordable if I want to buy a car? Because that is the problem in Asia.
In Turkey?
Like a luxury car is going to cost a lot more than in Europe.
Yeah, it is.
It's more expensive here. Really?
Yeah, and we have like two tax added on top of each other. A special consumption tax that's coming directly to the price first, and then we add value-added tax. So generally, the price would be almost like 2.5 times more than
Really?
Europe. Yeah, exactly.
Because I look in Europe, I look at like a nice Mercedes S-Class. I mean, it's 150,000, 170,000 euros. You're saying that car is 400,000 euros here?
Something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like, how many millions of lira? Well,
Could be like 10 to 15 million tele.
really?
Exactly.
To buy that car?
Yeah.
There's no like secondary market, people bring them in used, doesn't work.
It would be almost equal in the price.
It's a little bit of the Wild West to the uninitiated, don't you think?
The traffic, you
Yeah.
mean? I think Istanbul is better.
Really?
Yeah.
Than before or than something else?
Compared to other cities, I think. Because like people generally tend to follow the rules. You don't hear that much honkings in Istanbul. But when you go to, for example, Ankara, I always have difficulty to drive in Ankara, for example.
This is the most erudite of all the driving markets.
I think so, yeah.
A lot of the imports now are Turkish. You want to buy a television, you want to buy a piece of furniture, you want to buy a faucet for your sink. It's like, oh, okay, if you don't want Chinese stuff and if you don't want Italian stuff, this nice middle, nice price point, decent quality, good quality, is Turkish.
Exactly.
My understanding is this century, manufacturing has been a priority and it's really increased.
Yeah. I think there are few factors that helped that trend. I think for the last 20, 30 years, the priority of any government was the production. It was a common theme. So we need to increase the production. It's always kind of like a government, let's say, priority. But especially for the 10, 15 years, due to currency exchange rates, it became so infeasible to import rather than producing in Turkey. So you don't want to really like end up not selling the items that you have imported. So what you did, you built the facility in Turkey, and for that, the companies have lots of resources to be used, incentives from government, the land given freely, and they have supported the producers really like massively. So everybody who did import before made a calculation, and producing in Turkey became cheaper than importing. So that really like boosted the production.
For what kind of stuff?
Toys, little things, furnitures, house items, cotton,
Towels.
fabrics,
Yeah.
towels, yeah. And when I use AI, like 2 days ago, I asked, what are the items that are, the Turkey is one of the top 5 producers in the world. So like the list goes on and on and on. So really like, especially fruits, vegetables, the construction materials. Turkey has a huge jump for the last, especially 10 years.
And there's a lot of resources within the country to pull from?
Yeah, but I think we have also importing and exporting. For example, the wheat, the flour. So we take the wheat inside and export the flour out. So our own wheat production is not enough for flour production, for example. So like there are some added materials on, but I think Turkey has a interestingly rich mines and resources as well. We will see for next 20, 30 years what will happen about that. But I think because these exchange rates, selling outside is also profitable. So producing in Turkey and selling outside is not an option for only Turkish business or entrepreneurs. So also outsiders see that and they say, okay, let's build the factory in Turkey rather than outside, and then we sell outside. So it makes sense feasibly.
When you look at luxury developments all around the world, they often advertise the Italian sink or the, Miele appliances, whatever. But I would imagine in a lot of middle-class construction around the world, as non-Western markets emerge, Turkey is going to be a manufacturing base that can cater to them at a lower price point when the name brand isn't as important and they just want good quality stuff.
Yeah. Like just recently, I have two friends. They have opened up branches in US selling furnitures and flooring items from here. And I had already a friend like 20 years ago. They were selling marbles in US from Turkey. So as a really fair price point, good quality, lower price, Turkish materials will be a game changer.
Do you feel like the country is trying to build a brand around it? Like Italy has a brand, or France has a brand, or is there trying to become a Turkish brand for certain things?
Yeah, there is a certification in Turkey called Turquality.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. The companies apply that, and the Turquality program helps entrepreneurs, businesses to build their brand with incentives. And so if they follow some guidelines and shoot the program instructions, so they can have a lot of incentives in terms of building the brand outside. So Turkey has a kind of like governmental program on it, state program, but also I think we are not that strong in branding compared to other countries. We still don't know that Turkey is the number one producer of that or that, so we still don't know it.
I think again in the emerging world, I was in Thailand. I hear people, Turkey. I kind of feel a resistance from people I talk to in the West. Like, what is this Turkey? Like, it's Turkey.
The name?
The name change, because you would fly on Turkish Airlines a couple of years ago, and like I would fly all the time, and that would be the whole thing, like Turkey, hello Turkey, and I kind of sense, again, the Western people were like, we're not going to change, we're not.
But they change it then.
If you keep doing it. What are the opportunities in e-commerce here?
In Turkey?
Because there's no Amazon, for example.
There is.
The Amazon is here?
Yeah, and they are building a huge base
Amazon?
in Turkey. Yeah,
I can order same stuff?
Sure. Amazon.com.tr. Yeah.
Really? I just saw they entered South Africa.
No, they are in Turkey for, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 years.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you go to the Asian side, keep going with the highway,
you
will see the huge Amazon warehouse.
Oh.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, but I think they are late though.
They're too late.
Because like when you look at all the markets in the world, at some point, if you're not solely in China, or you will feel the conflict between Alibaba and Amazon, right? You have seen those games. It happened in India, it happened in Australia, it happened in Europe. So I think Alibaba, by acquiring Trendyol, has chosen the frontier of this war in this region. And now they are entering Saudi markets and the Middle East. So Amazon is a little bit coming late, but I think if they want to be in the game with Alibaba, they will probably do larger merger and acquisitions, or they'll invest in logistics, they'll invest in supply or in infrastructure, let's say. But it will be getting heated up.
Really? What are the other e-commerce areas that you see are an opportunity?
In Turkey?
Yeah.
I mean, Trendyol is managing a huge part of the market. Wherever you go, wherever you talk to, they say like the larger majority part of sales in e-com coming from Trendyol. But there are Hepsiburada is a good company in Turkey, an older company especially. I don't see like directly this is the next thing in e-com.
I think it's pretty crowded already.
I think so. Yeah.
There's good players.
Yeah.
And what is that because the culture here is more entrepreneurial? Is it because the size of the domestic market?
I mean, there's always an opportunity. Like in US, if you ask if there is an e-com opportunity, yes, there is an e-com opportunity in US. But I think in e-commerce side, the supporting technologies will be things to invest, like AI in e-com, understanding data structures, data analytics, learning from data and applying in the marketing. So supporting e-commerce would be a nice place to invest. But like building another .com and keeping up with it's not even possible in US. Like you are Walmart, you have difficulty with fighting with Amazon. Building another e-com company to fight with Amazon would be...
Temu is trying.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah, so food delivery here is pretty solid.
Yeah.
People like that Turkish phone number.
In WhatsApp or something?
Well, in like a food app. What's the food app? Yeme.
Meksepeti.
Yeah.
Trendyol is in the food delivery market.
Who is?
Trendyol.
Trendyol, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like trying to build an ecosystem out of this platform. Even Getir, the delivery company, is in also. So I think it's fairly matured. But also the restaurants have their own delivery guys through WhatsApp. So you can order from WhatsApp and they come.
This is a service country, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
True.
This is not a do-it-yourself kind of place.
Yeah. Like you always call the guy to paint the walls. You find a maintenance guy. It's always servicing.
And when you go to a restaurant, I mean, you actually get service.
Exactly.
It's not like some guy watching while you pour your own water.
No.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, and we always feel that when we go out, we don't get that much service when we are in Germany and Italy or somewhere else.
Oh, forget it.
You have to do it yourself.
Forget it. Like, who do you think? We're all equals here in Germany. And what role do you think is Turkey playing in AI?
Turkish people are very good users, let's say. They are fast adopters. They learn it, quickly transform into something else. So like we are very good at that. Investing in AI, building something from scratch is not easy. It requires lots of resources. But I still feel that we have room to invest, even though I think after transformers from Google and ChatGPT, now the 4 Omni, so people tend to go into the known, let's say, roads, but we still have space to go with the large language models in Turkish, in AI. But we will see lots of applications in Turkey based on AI integrations.
What else should we know about entrepreneurship here?
I think still it is more feasible to find good talents in Turkey, especially in operations, as you said, sales and IT. But for the recent years, the talents are moving out. It became so easy with COVID to work for a US company from Turkey. So then the talents now have been working for international markets. So also it's not that easy anymore to find talent in Turkey for Turkish companies because of the globalization in the workforce, let's say. But it is the same for any other country, I think, because I heard the same thing when I was in Finland, in Qatar, in Saudi. So they also say that their talents are working for whoever pays well, disregarding the location.
Turkish companies don't pay as well.
Some of them pay, but like when you are a startup, it's not easy to pay from the scratch when you don't have enough resources in the bootstrapping mode. So you need to have good talents with, let's say, more convenient salaries. And then that's not easy for a startup to build up if the global market is also reaching out to your talents here.
Is there the same mentality in Turkey of taking equity as an early stage employee?
Yeah,
People are open to that,
yeah,
and they trust that system.
yeah. It works.
Yeah. We've had a number of Turkish clients who do startups, and it's interesting to see, like, you would think back in the day, let's do something that sells globally. Now it seems like it is more domestically.
Sure.
Do you think things are moving in the right direction or the wrong direction?
Right direction.
In a big way? Slowly.
Midway.
Yeah.
Not big, not small, but they are doing. I think we will see, maybe not in a few years, 1 or 2 years, but in 5 to 10 years, if you are investing in Turkey now, especially in tech side, you will see a good return.